When will the real estate market crash? The world may never know, but based on past data, we do know that there is a correction coming. Now, in my last market update video back in March, I talked all about how the housing inventory is extremely low and demand is very high. Well, that hasn't changed too much, but there has been some significant changes. So make sure you stay tuned for the entire video so you can find out how this chaotic market may affect you. What's up, you guys? My name is Lillian Chukwueze, and if you are new to my channel, welcome to the family. I drop multiple videos every week about real estate, entrepreneurship, and investing. So if any of those topics interest you, definitely hit that subscribe button, like the video, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss when I drop the next video. So let's get into it. Now, as I told you guys already, when it comes to inventory, that hasn't changed much. The inventory is still very low and demand is still very high. The number of homes for sale nationally in February was down 50%. That's almost 496,000 homes since last year, which is an all-time low. And in Philly specifically, it's down 46%. Now, there is more multifamily being built to accommodate the demand in the city. There were nearly 1,000 permits that were issued in February 2021, which is up from 439 back in June 2020. So that's a huge increase. So people are trying to rezone their current homes, to turn into multifamily homes and also build new ones, which means that supply is actually improving, but it's still low overall, but it is up from national averages. Builders are pretty much back to building somewhat. Construction costs have still been a hurdle because they've increased crazy. Specifically, lumber is up by 374% since last year. On average, lumber prices are adding about $36,000 to new single-family home prices. And the housing supply here in Philadelphia is still low at 2.6 months, but it's still above the national average, which is 1.6 months. Now, as I said, demand is still very high, so prices are rising. Median home prices are up nearly 14%. Rents have jumped up to about 2.5%. But both numbers are actually still well below national averages. The median price is currently at $238,000, and the national median price is actually $330,000. So Philly's still doing pretty good in terms of affordability. Now, sellers find cash offers a lot more appealing in today's day and age. In April, about 25% of all homes sold were actually cash deals, which is up about 15% since last year. And obviously, sellers like cash offers because there's a lot more certainty when it comes to closing. They don't have to necessarily worry about, buyers not being able to get lending on their property. So if you are looking to buy a house in this market, you might want to opt for a fixer-upper to purchase. Now, you're probably wondering, where do you find these fixer-uppers? Obviously, you can do your own research and try to find them, with real estate agents, or you can even use wholesalers who actually find this kind of properties. That's literally their job, to find this kind of properties, specifically fixer-uppers. So you can, get in touch with those people, find a fixer-upper, and look to basically, flip it and then refinance and live in the property yourself, if that's what you want to do. But if you guys have paid attention to my YouTube channel up until this point, you would know that I do wholesale properties, which means I literally go out and seek sellers and get this kind of properties under contract to provide these properties to investors or people who are looking to flip and live in houses. So check out my website below. The link will be in the description. You can basically get access to all of my discounted properties that I find. I get discounted properties all the time, and you can basically check them out, see which one fits you the best. Now, also with the market, rentals are pretty high in demand as well, and units are filling up really fast. I know this in particular because, again, I am a real estate agent, so I'm also dealing with people who are trying to find rentals to rent out, and they are going quick, guys. I mean fast. So don't necessarily feel pressure to purchase a house. You still can, continue to rent if that's what you're doing. But just know that, when it comes to, finding a rental, it is just as hard to get a rental right now as it is to purchase a house. Now, when it comes to delinquencies, about 6.4% of all mortgages in Philly are currently delinquent, which is actually up 2.1%, from over a year ago. It was actually 8.8% last May. And the national rate right now is actually 5.85%. Now, when it comes to foreclosures, because that's something that a lot of people are interested in, Philly foreclosures are in a similar boat to the delinquencies. Actually, 0.5% are actually in foreclosure. due to the nationwide moratorium, which every landlord is waiting to be lifted. Because can you imagine having to deal with rental properties where your tenants are not paying? I mean, I'm literally working on purchasing houses from people who are in this situation where they are just dying to get out, where tenants have not paid rent since the pandemic started last year, like literally in like March of 2020. So 17, 18 months going on not paying any type of rent to the landlord. I mean, that's pretty devastating. I think people take advantage of landlords sometimes. You know, when you're not in that seat, you don't really understand what landlords go through in order to get these properties. Yeah, they're supposed to, you know, bring in income, but they can be a serious headache if they're not. So once the moratorium is lifted, things are gonna change and get a little bit crazy, I believe. I don't think it's gonna be super drastic, but there are gonna be a lot of people, you know, getting kicked out of these houses that have taken advantage of landlords by not paying. Now, unemployment is rising again, unfortunately. You know, when the pandemic first hit, Philly was actually one of the worst in the country to get hit. Unemployment rate was at 14%, and after a while it actually did recover, but it's back to rising again. Right now the unemployment rate is currently at 7.7%, which is up actually 3.1% since January of last year. So there's a lot of things to take into consideration here. I mean, homeowners are still pretty fearful to sell because they might not find a replacement home. But at the same time, they actually have a pretty big fear of having to pay more as time goes on because prices are rising. Now, I do think eventually it'll mellow out, you know, as more houses are being built, people are converting into multifamilies and providing all these different ways of providing more housing. But obviously that'll take time. At the end of the day, cash is still king. So, you know, if you are looking to purchase a property, cash is probably the best way to go. Again, if you are looking for a discounted property or fixer-upper, check out the link in the description, check out my website and submit a form so you can get on my buyers list. But hey guys, the market is the market. And honestly, it's best to just stay on top of it so you know how to, you know, move and adapt to the changes that's going on within the market. So that's pretty much all the research that I found when it comes to the market right now. You know, my experience, as I mentioned to you guys, I'm dealing with a lot of people who are looking to sell their houses, who have bad tenants in there that haven't been paying. I'm also dealing with a lot of people who are looking to rent apartments. So when it comes to either buying or renting, it's a pretty high demand there. And of course, people are still looking to sell because prices are higher than ever. If you guys need any more information when it comes to the market, if you're looking to buy or sell a house, definitely feel free to contact me. I will answer any questions that you have. My information is down below. If this video helped you guys out at all, definitely give it a like, subscribe to my channel, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss when I drop the next video. Until next time, guys, and make sure you follow me on Instagram and TikTok. And again, until next time, I will see you guys on the next video. Stay safe and stay blessed.